Hello everyone, Train King James here with another layout video, although this one's a little different than what you're used to seeing on my channel. This is a different style of engine, different style of track. First off, I hope you guys enjoyed my last month of remakes in different styles. It's just something I've been wanting to do. And after finishing Gordon and Spencer, I still had a TOMY itch to scratch. So I decided let's just build a layout over here. So this is where I built my Christmas layout this year, on this auxiliary table I have in my basement, and cleared it off and built this TOMY layout here. It's not a very impressive layout or anything, but it has some nice stuff. I don't have a lot of TOMY destinations per se, that's why a lot of this layout is just stations, but I'm just going to go through it and take a look at it. So we're going to start, of course, as primary with all layout videos. We're going to start with Thomas. So Thomas is at Farquhar Station with Annie and Clarabelle. There's Birdie nearby. And you have a switch here. Doesn't really matter yet which way we'll go, so we'll just go to the right, left by my perspective. But you go under this pedestrian bridge and you reach a station. I guess you can call it Tidmouth Hull, but we have Flying Scotsman and Gordon here, and both their tracks come off the same switch. There is a switch over here which we'll get to in a sec. Yep, we have a phone booth here. We have Bulgy back here in green. But if you follow Flying Scotsman's line, it comes around this curve to a switch where Rocky, you can see him, is in a shed, and this switch leads to where Spencer is at Maithwaite Station, and he's talking to Mavis. So if we jump onto Mavis's line, there's a switch here. Then if you follow that back, it goes back to where Gordon is and back to the station, and leads to that switch where Thomas is. So we'll go to Spencer's line. If you follow Spencer's line, it comes to a switch outside of Wellsworth Station. And at Wellsworth Station, you have Edward and Harvey. And if you go this way on Harvey's line, it comes to a switch that switches back to Edward's line. Harvey's pulling the works unit coach in a flatbed, and Edward is pulling a slow coach. Edward comes back to where Mavis is. So these two lines are basically main lines. They follow the entire way through. So this little stretch here, which actually has, if you can see that green piece of track, it's actually bumpy track. Let me see if I can just... It's actually a little bit of bumpy track there. So it's a nice little way to kind of switch from one line to the other. And here is Dennis pulling a train of flatbeds. So let's take a look at probably what is the coolest part of this layout before we head to the other side. So we'll go back to this switch here. If you go this way, you have Arthur pulling a train of just some flatbeds and gondolas. And this goes around the bottom level of the spiral where Diesel's at a switch. And if you follow Diesel's line, it goes to another station here, and he's pulling a train of tankers and a brake van. But if you follow both lines here that meet at the switch, you go around the spiral to the back of a goods train, which is pulled by James. So you have Plarail James here. If you continue on, you'll have Trackmaster Etienne right here. And you keep following the line down, it comes to another switch where Duck is at. So if you follow Duck's line, you go back by this switch, comes to another station, just a winter holiday station. It's actually a Trackmaster one, not a TOMY one, but I just put it on here because I don't have many billings, and I just wanted to decorate. That just connects back to the switch where Harvey and Edward are at. So in Duck's line, it comes forward to a switch where Emily is coming out of a tunnel. And if you go through the tunnel, she has a train of vans. And that train of vans goes to a switch where Dennis is at, with the flatbeds, as I mentioned earlier. There's another switch here. It comes to the outside. Go past the windmill, another station, Terrence, to where Percy is pulling the mail train at a station. Actually, I have a surprise Space Percy, as you guys saw, because I have the Rocky. I don't actually have a normal Percy in my collection as of right now, but we'll work on that as time goes on. It's not my main collecting interest, but it's just a nice thing to have. And all these tracks here converge to where Thomas is at Farquhar Station. So like I said, it's a brief layout overlook. Give everything a second to focus again. There we go. But all in all, nice little layout. Something simple, it's kind of cool. Next week, I'll be uploading a running session on this layout of just running a lot of these engines, probably with similar concepts. Some of the longer trains, like James's, probably won't work for a running session, but most of these engines will probably be running. Maybe with the same trains, we'll see. A lot of these engines do work, not all of them do though, so we'll see who appears, who doesn't. But yeah, I know some of you are waiting for Sodor New Era to return. It will very soon. I've just had some kind of interest to step away from it for a little bit, but progress on episodes is good. Things should be returning very soon. But for now, I'm just trying to do some different content for a little while. But yeah, all in all, I just want to thank you guys for continuing to support this channel. Hope you guys enjoyed this layout video. So, this is Train King James signing off. Have a nice day, guys.